I'm Lisa Amos, and welcome to Suffolk History in a Nutshell. I was born and raised in Suffolk, Virginia, and it's still my home today. Join me as we explore this historic city and uncover the stories of its charming people and places. We are back at the Truitt House for this episode of Suffolk History in a Nutshell. And today we're going to get a wonderful look at the gardens and the koi pond. So I'm going to go and talk to one of the owners, Brian McCormley, about a very special place at this house. Brian, hey.
Hi.
What have you got here?
Oh, these are my babies.
Tell me about them.
So I have 22 koi. When we acquired the property in September of 2022, this was all weeds. There were no plants. The koi pond, of course, didn't exist. So our very first construction project was to put in a koi pond with the approval of the city, of course. And my fish just love it. It's about 4 feet deep, about 3,500 gallons. I've had these fish for some of them for almost 15 years.
Wow.
And they love it here.
I understand koi are very intelligent. Is that true?
Well, they recognize me.
They recognize you.
So when I come out with the koi food, they all come to the surface. They're not afraid of me, so they recognize, hey, Dad's about ready to feed me.
It's so peaceful. It really is. The water, the koi. And koi live a long time, right?
They can live up to 45 years.
Wow. And in the wintertime, do they kind of go dormant? What do they do?
They go to the bottom of the pond. They go into kind of a semi-state of hibernation. And the interesting thing about it is when it gets really, really cold, they will be on the bottom and they'll line up next to each other. Not on top of each other. They don't cross each other. So you'll come out here in the middle of the winter and they'll be lined up like little aircraft carriers.
Wow.
in dock. And they'll stay that way for 3 months.
I love it. I think Mr. Truitt would love this feature. It fits him perfectly with his home. And you have done a lot to the gardens of his home. Can we take a look at those?
Sure.
So, Brian, these are your gardens. Christy, you get to pick the colors, I understand. And when you all first moved here, what was here in this space?
Let's just say we had a clear palette. Let's say that. We had no grass. It was largely weeds, no bushes. So we got to start from the very beginning. This young lady is the one who decides what kind of plants we need outside. I'm the guy that gets to plant them. So that's the division of labor that we have in this house.
That's a really good deal, I want to say.
Not complaining.
Don't complain on that one. And Christy, what was your vision for this space?
I just like all of the seating areas that we have on both terraces and having a space to sit down and really enjoy that. I am delighted to have the rose garden here. We cut them, up to always 2 or 3 dozen in the house. I mean, these roses were planted 2 years ago, and look at them now. It's amazing. In our last home, we had a rose garden, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I was so happy that we could bring one back here. And it's a beautiful space. It smells wonderful. They bloom from, May through October. So we've always got something fresh and lovely and delicious out here.
And I love what you just said. It's only been 2 years and you already have this beautiful full-grown Garden of Eden, really. It's so beautiful. And I know, Brian, you've built a greenhouse and that you're always working on what you're going to plant next in each season.
I put out about 2,000 annuals a year, so we grow them all in the greenhouse. And a lot of the plants that we have in pots around the house, I'll save them in October or November and repot them, put them in the greenhouse during the winter time, so that next spring, when we're ready to plant, we're in full bloom at the beginning of April, which is one of the nice things about having a greenhouse.
Well, this is beautiful, you all. I'm sure you enjoy every bit of this, and thank you so much for sharing it with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
If you would like to tour the Truitt House or some other beautiful Suffolk locations, we hope you'll join us for the historic Suffolk Holiday Tour. It's December 7th and 8th. To learn how to purchase tickets, go to suffolkhistory.org. Thank you for joining us.